What's going on, everybody? Brando Free-to-Play back on my free-to-play account, and today is gonna be my long overdue account overview. I've been playing the game for over 2,300-ish days, um, probably close to 2,350 around there. I know that I haven't been keeping up with the account overview videos, but here it is. But before we go ahead and continue with the video, I want to give a big thank you to today's sponsor, Amazon Coins.
This video is sponsored by Amazon Coins. Please check out the link down in the description below, and by using that link, you'll be able to get up to 20% discount in your Lord's Mobile Pack purchases. How do we do this? Simple. Amazon Coins is a digital currency that is available on Android devices via the Amazon App Store. Now, the Amazon App Store is available in a wide variety of countries like the US, UK, Australia, Germany, Japan, France, Italy, and Spain. Now, before we get into talking about all the discounts and savings, there are some things that we need to go over. Number one, your current version of the game needs to be tied to a Facebook login. Once we go ahead and do that, you download the Amazon App Store via the link down in the description below. In the Amazon App Store, you then download Lord's Mobile. You open up that version of Lord's Mobile and you open it up with your Facebook login. And that's it. You can start buying Amazon coins. Also, the more coins you buy, the bigger discounts you get. Right now, you can get 50,000 Amazon coins, which is about the value of 500 US dollars, and you can buy that for $400. So right there, that's a 20% discount. And if you want, you can also buy other packs for different discounts. Now, myself, I'm a free-to-play player, but I know some of you are not. So I really don't see any reason for you not to use Amazon coins. So if this is something that you're interested in, then please check out the link down in the description below, as it will definitely help out this channel.
Once again, a big thank you to Amazon Coins for sponsoring this video. Now, let's go ahead and talk about my account, things that have changed, things that have been added to the game. There's been a couple new additions, a couple new features added. I haven't really progressed my account all that much. There was a bit of a setback a couple months ago. I did get some rallies where I was unshielded and in very bad gear, and also not in any sort of war talents. So that kind of hurt, and it kind of really severely delayed my plans for this account, right? So let's go ahead and get that, let's talk about that first. And so obviously, no secret, I have been trying to build up my account to be a rally party trap. Obviously, that only works if you are online, in gear, in talents, and have good reinforcements. Now, I did have good reinforcements when I took those offline rallies, but unfortunately, I was offline for close to 30 minutes or an hour. So I did lose essentially all of my front line, which at the time were ranged, right? So as you guys can see, I only have about 5.7 mil ranged, right? Gradually getting it up. Normally during Guildfest or any castle events, right? When you can get finish solo and hell events to get boxes for tokens for a new castle. That is usually the times where I try to push more troops, especially in hell events and also in Guildfest. The increased might quests. Those are really, really nice to have because I knock two birds out with one stone. But I will also be kind of explaining a little bit of a hiccup that I have also noticed that I'm going to be having to deal with, right? Same thing with my tier 4. My tier 4 count is kind of low. My goal was 4 mil of each tier 4, right? I pretty much retained my tier 4 inf and cav. I did lose about 2 to 3 million tier 4 ranged, which really does suck, but it is what it is. Okay, right now I have, let me go ahead and show you my troop building gear, just to kind of give you an idea of how many troops I can train in 24 hours. So as of right now, with my correct talents and my training speed gear, I can train 16,495 troops in 24 hours. Now, granted, these are tier 2 troops. Now, if I move that over to tier 4, it takes me about 4 days. Okay, so about 3 times the amount, 3-4 times, whatever you want, whatever it is, right? So obviously tier 2 to tier 4, and also the resource cost is a lot heavier, right? 11 mil compared to just 1 mil. So resource cost went up 10 times, while the speed up cost only went up like 4, 3, whatever it is, right? But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I normally start off talking about familiars and all that stuff, but this time let's go ahead and talk about how I have my castle set up. Now, I have 3 infirmaries, everything else are level 25 manors, and I do have 2 barracks. Okay. Why do I have 2 barracks? Well, because I want to train a ton of tier 2 at one time in 24 hours. Alright? That way I can use a 24-hour speed up or just 1,500 gems for 16,000 troops. Pretty nice to have. Obviously, I can train more troops at one go. I can train up to 18,200, but that will be a little bit over the 24-hour mark by a couple hours. Okay, so I'm choosing not to go that route. I'm just going to go what is going to be 24 hours or as close to 24 hours without going over. That way I can just build and train more efficiently. At least in my opinion, that's how I would do it. Everything else have full ore farms, aside from the single other resource buildings that I have. Castle 25, pretty self-explanatory. Everything else over here, level 25. I am a tier 4 account, so everything over here had to be level 25 anyway for me to even research tier 4 troops. Okay. Let's talk about familiars. Oh, I got some packs that I need to open. Okay. So familiars, if you've seen my 6 years later video, there really is not much of a difference right now. Okay. I don't think I've maxed anything new out. Let me think. Have I leveled anything else up? I'm pretty sure I did. What did I level up? Oh yeah, the Aquarius. This is the other familiar that I have maxed out, mainly because I am working on Drown Out, right? Reduces the army max HP by 15% at max grade. This is something that I may swap in, or if and when I unlock a 4th familiar slot, this will be added to my lineup. Okay. Everything else pretty self-explanatory. Haven't really worked on them all that much. Yeah, I need to train more and merge more packs more frequently. Treasure Trove, nothing's really changed here. 30-day deposit, I get a max payout of 92,250 gems every 30 days, and I have about 8-9 days left before I can collect. Alright, so those are my familiars. Currently have 1 spire, 2 gems, the rest are springs. 3 gems, sorry. Let's go ahead and talk about the artifact haul. Now, I have made a separate video about this maybe a month or so ago, talking about my opinions on the artifact haul and kind of the benefits and drawbacks for free-to-play players. If you want to check that video out, it'll be down in the description below. And yeah, essentially, really nice thing for IGG to implement, because there are going to be people that are going to be spending a ton of money to get as much stats as possible. And it is nice for free to play because we can essentially get some free stats. So while we may not be maxed out, we get something, right? And that's kind of how it is in the game in general, right? So let's go ahead and just take a look at the overall boosts that I have. Obviously, nothing super duper fancy, right? I got an extra 8% travel speed, 6% monster hunt travel speed. I got 7% infantry attack, 2% cav attack, 5% range attack. I got more inf, cav, and range attack with leader, 17, 21, and 10 respectively. And then I also have the ones with Battle Fury, which I am honestly not really working on at this time, because as a trap or an account that is not necessarily a rally lead, I don't really need to be in Battle Fury that often, right? So that is not something that I am actively looking to increase. Okay, same thing with all these other ones. The Wonder artifacts, definitely, I have absolutely no use for that. Army attack, the army stats, definitely nice to have. I just haven't gotten those artifacts yet. Now you guys see I do have some stuff to go ahead and enhance items that I do currently have, but I will probably wait until Guildfest to see if I can do some of the quests that involve upgrading some artifacts, right? So again, that's kind of a little tip for free-to-play players. That is one way of getting, more benefit by completing some Guildfest reward quests and stuff like that. Trial by fire. I have been doing this, probably not super consistent. I know that there's been days where I just forget to do it. But I am currently at 2,772 for inf, range, and cav, and 2,651. Now, if you guys want to look at my splits, this is currently what I have. At this level, you can still only send 250,000 troops. You cannot send 375. Would be nice, but as of right now, you cannot. Obviously, talents are meant for having a cav blast. This is the equipment that I have selected to use. My train, my heroes, formation, nothing super duper and fancy or important, but it does work for me. All right. Familiars. There you guys have. I have Drana, Piercing Spike, and Booby Prize. Okay. So those are the troops that I have, and I am able to just sweep everything. Ranged, here's everything for ranged. Gear. Well, range is actually an inf blast. So for this, I have actually less ranged in my lineup. Now this is something that you guys may or may not know, but having some ranged in your lineup will actually prevent you from failing some of the things like this, where it's a defensive stage, right? It just helps because you have more range on your wall, helping shoot down whatever troops are coming up at you. All right. Cav, same thing. Here's my setup. So for this one, it is pretty much all ranged, right? I just have 4 troops as a buffer, but it's all ranged. I never have any problems with this setup. And then for mixed, I'll go ahead and show you what I have here. It is a 60-20-20 split, right? So you can think of it as a 2-6-2 kind of a setup, if that's even a thing, right? You know how there's 4-2-4, 2-4-2, or 4-4-2 and all that stuff. This is what I have set up. It works, and I'm in a range wedge. Never have any problems. So yeah, This is just my setup that I have in case you guys were wondering what it is. All right. Now, one of the places where I have had some changes is in, no, not there, research. So I have completed some researches. I've completed all of economy. Monster hunting I've had maxed out for a while. Upgrade military is one of the last ones that I have recently finished. All right. Went ahead and got destroyer subsidy and bigger army using the techno label, labby, whatever it is. Same thing with army leadership. I went ahead and got these plague, sabotage, demoralize at 10 of 10, all by using techno labels. Now it did take a pretty long time, months, because some of them needed a pretty crazy amount to complete. But it took me less time to complete it this way than it would have if I was actually researching it from scratch. Okay. Those are kind of the key takeaways. Another thing is I have maxed out 2 of the counter researches. I am currently working on the cav infantry counter, right? And the main reason I am able to do these researches now more quickly is because of the trial by fire. That is an automatic 40 tomes a day. That is insane value from a daily sweeping of an event, right? Before, when it took like 20-30 minutes to go through all 4 stages, that was a real pain in the ass. But now that you can just sweep it, really simple. Probably the next thing that I'm gonna focus on, I know some of you are like, oh, go for tier 5, you can finally get it, blah 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 blah. Yes, I can finally get tier 5 eventually, not quickly, but it can eventually happen. You do still need like a couple tens of thousands of archaic tomes, and if I'm getting 40 a day, that's still a very long wait for me to be able to get tier 5 troops. So what probably I will be focusing on next is unlocking this 4th familiar slot. I probably will not go for the 5th. I'll probably stay at 4 and just leave it at there and then start saving for tier 5, or maybe some sigils to help out in wonder battles and whatnot. But that's kind of my plan. Military upgrade, this is pretty much done. Again, also with techno labbies or labels, whatever you want to call them. Hidden talent, it gives me an extra 10 talent points, which is nice to have, but it is not a requirement for me just yet. Okay. Now, obviously, these defense, eventually I may want to max it out, but right now it's not something that I am looking forward to doing. Familiars, just this tree. Eventually, I'll want to get this maxed out. The skill experience boost, give me an extra 5% experience. Kind of hit or miss, it's 5%. Sigils would be nice to at least unlock the helmet sigil. Right? Wonder battles, never gonna touch it. No point whatsoever for a free-to-play player to have anything in here. Okay, same thing for advanced wonder battles. Free-to-play players, you don't need it. You do not need it. Gear is something that eventually I will begin to work on, but it is going to take a very long time. So there's my research. Let's see, let's go ahead and take a look at my gear really quick. Here's all of my gear that I have right now. Okay. Obviously nothing super duper impressive. Mostly purple, blue, some gold grade, like my Frostring Greatsword. These are not really ready to go to Mythic, at least just yet, right? I still have a blue cup. Eventually this will go also to purple, so I'll have 3 purple cups eventually, right? I can upgrade some of these other items to Mythic, but they are not high priority items, so I will not work on them. Now the dragon jewels, which the Dragon Arena jewels. I have 114 range attack jewels. I'm gonna go for one range, one in, one cav first, and then after that, I will decide where I'm actually gonna put them, and we will probably take it from there. But for now, that's kind of where I am at. Oh, I have a purple. Let's go ahead and see if I can. Yep, 172. Still not enough for another gold. That is fine. But I have enough for another gold infantry attack jewel. Wait, no, I don't. No, it's 256, not 247. I was off by a number. My bad. Anyway, that is my gear. Heroes, nothing really changed in heroes. Where'd I go there? Yeah, obviously no new heroes. I have some of these gray heroes like Master Cook. We recently had his challenge stage come out maybe a month or two ago. Eventually some of these other gray heroes will come up to gold grade. I mean to green grade. Witch Doll, very long ways away from going to blue. Same thing with Dream Witch. And Grim Wolf, barely to green. So that's that. Let me see. Let me think. All right, so here are some of my dilemmas that I'm having with my account. I'm just gonna go ahead and openly share this with you guys. Resources, all right? I am lacking resources, all right? I used to have around almost 1 billion of each, but because I took those rallies, I had to heal, number one, and then I did the mistake of trying to rapidly build up troops because I was like, oh fuck, you know, I was upset, and you know, I was just like, okay, let's just train, and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm using up a lot of resources, I'm using up a lot of speed ups. That's not a good idea, right? So, you know, after about 5 minutes of doing that, I was like, no, bad idea. Stop. I looked at what my resources were and I was like, holy crap, I don't have a lot. So this is something that I am taking a look at, something that I need to eventually, you know, I'm gonna have to start farming resource tiles, especially for wood and stone. I have plenty of ore and a good amount of gold, especially for tier 2. But my food is probably something that I will have to figure out somehow how to get more food into my bags, right? Because obviously I do not have champ gear to have zero food wasted, right? I don't have champ gear, which is an unfortunate thing, but it happens. It is what it is. I can't go around it, right? So that is one of my dilemmas. Resources. Number 2, speed ups. All right, so you guys can see I have 8,189 1-minute speedups, which in reality is not a lot, right? Let me open up my calculator on my laptop so that I can see just exactly how many minutes that is. So that's 8,189 minutes. Let's divide that by 60 and divide that by 24. That's about 5.5 days of speed ups and 1 minute speed ups. That is not a lot, okay? 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. As you can see, I did dip into my 15-minute speed ups. I had a couple thousand. I had like maybe close to 5,000 15-minute speed ups. I am down to 1,100. Now, main reason is, again, I was just speeding up troops, right? And also, I do use speed ups primarily when I am doing like hell events or Guildfest quests. I use speed ups before I use gems. All right, that's just my mentality. Speed ups until I get to like the 15-minute, and I'm like, okay, I need to start using gems more than speed ups, right? So as you guys can see here, I have one 3-day speed up, 4 24 hours, 415, 32.8, 281.3, 881.24, and so on, right? Now, this is something that kind of is an unfortunate fact of being a free-to-play player. You kind of have to slow down when you want to do something very quick, right? Because it's just the nature of free-to-play accounts. That is a trade-off. You have to spend a lot of time. Instead of just being able to speed through everything, it takes you a lot longer. So it's going to take me quite a long time to completely rebuild the tier 2 troops that I lost. Not only my tier 2 range, but also my inf and cav, right? I do want to go to 20 million of each. So you guys can do the math as to how many more troops I need. Tier 2 and then tier 4, I need another about 1.3 million to go, right? So not only am I kind of limited on resources, I'm also limited on speed ups. Gems, I have obviously been very resourceful with my gems. I'm up to 410,000. So yeah, kind of the state of my account as of this time. But once again, I want to give a massive shout out to my guild, Cause and Effect. I've been with them for, God, years now. When was this guild created? 2017. I've been with CAE since 2017. It's 2022. 5 years I've been in the same guild, and I've watched it grow. Its highs, its lows, it's mediocre times, it's boring times, it's really, really fun, exciting, balls to the wall type of times. And, just love the guild, love the people that are in it, love the leadership team. Uh, you know, I appreciate that they have allowed me to stay in the guild for as long as I have. All right. So, yeah, big shout out to Cause and Effect. Definitely, the guild does help immensely. Having an active guild that is actively hunting monsters every single day really, really does help with some speed ups, some resources, guild coins, and all that other good stuff, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this account overview video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, please put them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.